Hello and welcome to Pratik Chess Videos.
Hello chess friends, today we are going to see a game between Gukesh and Firouzja. This was played in round number 13. This was the all important battle as this marked a pretty hard game, and also it was a very important game as if Gukesh won this game, then if Gukesh won this game and then in round 14 Gukesh draws in Gukesh draws and Nepomniachtchi wins, then it would be tie breaks. If Gukesh wins, then Gukesh would be the winner of the candidates. So this game was must win for Gukesh, and he won the game later on. So let's start the game. The game started e4. Now we expected more of d4s, but in this event e4 has been played extensively. So after e4, now, well, the nice thing here, it was played e5. There can be an option of a Berlin, and it was actually a Berlin, but here this is the thing that after the Berlin was played, then everybody thought that it would be hard for Gukesh to win, but it wasn't. Actually, the contrary. So it was played the Berlin defense, and then d3, the anti-Berlin. Gukesh doesn't want to play the real Berlin, it's too rawish. Bishop c5. This leads to more complex lines. Short castle. Now knight to d4. Knight into d4. Bishop into d4. Main positions. Now was played after bishop into d4, knight to d2. And after knight to d2, c6, attacking the bishop on b5. Bishop to c4, d6. Now we just get the pawn up, the bishop is open and stuff. And after d6, c3, attacking d4, bishop b6, and now bishop to b3. Idea is a4 and bishop a2, b4. So now I have a position. Now what should you play as black in this position? Pause the video and think. Alright, in this position, it was played the move.
Ladies and gentlemen, bullying
Yes,
is bad,
the move
and perhaps
was,
the single most bullied individual on planet Earth is the
well,
Martin
see,
bot on
firstly, before
chess.com.
telling you
Martin
the
bot is
move,
rated 250, and
how
he's
can we
potentially the
prevent this
worst chess
a4
player who
b4?
has ever
So
existed or
b4
not.
can be
Some time ago I
prevented
made this
by
video.
a5, a4 can be stopped by a5. I think you should connect the dots.
First place finish.
I hope you did, because after connecting the dots, only one move is remained. a5. Yes, a5 was played here. So after a5, Now there's this nice move, knight to c4, trying to get the bishop on b6, and then after this move, then see. So firstly, in the Berlin, this thing is nothing less than a problem, because in the Berlin this b6 bishop is strong. Not the b6 bishop, but this. If the bishop is on this diagonal, then it is strong. But when we get the bishop in the Berlin, then we get a better position because we eliminated a strong bishop. And now, after we eliminate the strong bishop, our strong bishop on the a2 to g8 diagonal remains, which can put very much trouble on the opponent. So this is the thing. Now after knight to c4, bishop to a7 is one option, taking the bishop back. Another option is bishop to a7, which is also good, also threatening b5 and then a4. Black can also start queen's queenside things on his own. That's a pretty good idea. And now after bishop a7, knight e3, short castle, and after short castle, it was played the move queen to f3, developing the queen, just standard play. And after this standard play, it was played d5, breaking open the position. If we take, then black gets the center, so we wouldn't like black with a center. So that's why after d5 I didn't exchange but played bishop to c2, solidifying the e4 pawn. This is a nice idea in these Ruy Lopez Italian structures, to just put the bishop back on c2 whenever we want, so that the bishop can continue pressuring on another diagonal. And after bishop to c2, now g6. Idea is knight h5 5, rook e1, bishop e6. We are now just developing the pieces, ed, cd, and then h3. Idea is g4, I think. Rook e8, developing the rook. Bishop a4, attacking the rook. e4, attacking the queen, and it's good to be with the queen. And now d into e4, d into e4. Now black has the advanced pawn on e4, which is good. But now queen to e2, the queen moves back. Rook e1, rook d1 is, I think, the threat. Now queen, rook to e7, then knight to f1, which is the idea is bishop a3, queen c7. The idea is to play bishop c4 and gain space, and also activate the bishop. Bishop b3, trying to exchange the e6 bishop. a4, attacking b3, and after a4 it was played, see, so a4 it was played bishop into e6, rook into e6. Well, this is just what it's supposed to be. And now bishop to e3. Idea is rook ad1, then after bishop to e3, a3. Idea is, I think, to play bishop into e3 and then b5, b4, or perhaps a into b2. And then after a3 it is played c4, getting the pawn, and now knight h5, g3, bishop c5, b3, and then f5, bishop into c5, queen into c5, rook a d1. Idea is rook to d5, attacking the queen. And now rook to f8, rook to d5, attacking the queen, and then queen to e7. The queen falls back. And after the queen falling back on e7, we play f4, knight f6, and then rook to, yes, yes, that's very correct, as we play an amazing rook to d2. Now what's so amazing in that? Now the thing amazing is that we take the knight outpost on d2, which was supposed to be for the knight, but rook d2 serves a purpose. It defends this and also prepares to take over the d file with rook e d1. And now after g5, knight to e3, attacking f5, g into f4, g into f4, queen c7, attacking f4, and then, well, queen c7 was a good move, but queen f7 is even better. Queen g6 check is the idea, trying to get upon the king, but Gukesh, who is white, finds a great defense by king to h2. Rook g1 check is the idea. Now this king is under attack suddenly. Now knight to h5, queen to f2, rook g1 check is the threat. Now rook to g6. Idea is to just control the rank here with queen g7 and then rook to g8, and then black will start the attack, but I think it's white has a good worthy uh, counterplay with rook to d5, attacking f5. Now this is really complicated. Knight g7, defending f5, but this knight g7 move foiled the plan as it came in the way of the queen and the rook. Why the rook? Because the knight stands in between the two rooks, so that no connection, and the queen cannot go to g7. So white did a good job by playing rook to d5, and now rook e d1. As I said earlier, now white plans to take over the e file and play d file and play rook to d7, which will be not so good for black. And now after rook e d1, rook to h6. Now I think queen h5 is the idea. But after rook to h6, just rook to g1, rook to g5 is the idea, I think, here. Yep, pretty much. Rook to g5 is the idea. And now after uh, this, it was played rook to g6, exchanging, but now rook g d1, attacking d7, and then rook to h6, and now it's just pretty clear. What should we do? Rook g1, rook g6, repeating once, and then queen to h4, rook into g1, king into g1, and then king to h8, Now this is an inaccuracy because now comes king to f2. The king is clear of the danger, but after rook to g8, queen to g5, white plays an inaccuracy and blunders away the advantage. But now black retorts with queen to g6, which is a mistake because uh, although it like exchanges the queens, it seriously weakens the king side pawns. So after h into g6, rook to d6, attacking g6. Now rook to e8, rook into g6, and then knight to e6. Idea is knight into f4, knight d5, defending f4, and then knight d4. Idea is to defend f4, f5, and also play knight c2, e3. And after knight to d4, now rook b6 and then knight to c2. This is a mistake. Idea is e3 check, and then rook into b7, rook to e6, rook to e7, exchanging, but then rook to h6 and then c5. Idea is b4 and then b5, I guess. These queenside pawns. Now knight d4. The knight returns and now I think rook into h3. But now after knight to d4, king to g2, rook g6 check, and then king to f2. So rook h6. Now white won't repeat. White played b4, defending c5, rook into h3, and then after rook into h3, it's played the move king to g2, attacking on h3. Then, well, as they say, it's the castle's falling apart because now after king to g2, rook to h6, and then after rook to h6, rook to b7. The idea is b5, c6 or b6, and then the rook will go and the pawn will promote. So king to g8, b5. Now there's nothing black can do. King to f8 and then b6, rook g6 check, king f2. Obvious move, rook h6. Idea is rook h2 check or just a waiting move, but rook c7. Idea is b7, and then after rook h2 check, king to g3, black resigned because now it's just b7, b8 or give me your rook. So that sort of thing. So you have to resign. So an amazing game by Gukesh. As in the Berlin, he told that the Berlin is anything but drawish. As now, black had a fine position until this was played. After, yeah. So see, it was black tried to launch an attack, but it didn't work because now after, well, king to h8 came here, this inaccuracy, and then black mistake, and then another mistake black did, which just resulted in the loss of the game. So an amazing game by Gukesh. He demonstrated how to counter attack here. So the lesson from this game is that whenever your opponent does a attack on your king, before resorting to defense, always check about counter attacks. As many times we can arrange a successful counter attack if the attack is very premature. So this was the game. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon. Thank you.